I'm Miss Molly, and this is another episode of Miss Molly Plates. This is our special New Year's episode. So thank you for joining us on our YouTube page and Facebook, wherever you're watching from. I have a special guest, one of the drama students from the Ashland County Public Library, and one of my very, very good friends, Miss Aurora.
Hi.
Hello, Miss Aurora. You want to say hello?
Hello.
And she has sent me the ingredient list to something that we're going to make. We're going to make two things today. We're going to make an entree and a dessert. And would you like to tell us what all these lovely things are going to make?
All right. So we're going to start off with all the ingredients you see. We're going to make a broccoli cheddar soup, which is one of my favorite things to make. It tastes super good, and it's perfect for the cold holidays, whether it's like Christmas or New Year's or just chilly and snowy out like it is today.
Awesome. All right. What's our ingredients?
So our ingredients are butter. I just say get a whole stick of butter. We don't use the whole stick unless you want to for flavor or you need it for the onions. You need an onion. You need a cup and a half of chopped broccoli tops. So like, the leafy part of the broccoli. Yeah. You need half of the onion, all chopped up. You need a cup of matchstick carrots. So like the really thin carrots.
I might have to chop our carrots a little bit.
You need 1 stick of celery that's really thinly sliced up.
I'll have to slice. We'll be slicing and dicing a lot this episode, guys.
Yeah.
So please call your parents and have them help you cut up some stuff.
Yeah, have them help you with this one because this one is a bit complicated, but the second recipe, the dessert one we're making, is very simple.
But you might have a food processor or something like that, and that will probably do just as well.
Yeah. And then we will use a 1/4 cup of flour, and you can use normal flour. I'm using gluten-free flour because my mom is celiac and can't have gluten, but you can use normal flour or gluten-free depending on your diet. You need 2.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. You need 2 cups of milk and 2 cups of chicken stock, which is like, it's in like these little carton things.
All right. So what do we need to do first?
So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to chop up the onion, and then we are going to melt some butter in a skillet, and we are going to saute the onions for about 5 minutes until they're kind of transparent.
All right. Chop
My chopping is going to be very loud because of the machine I used to chop them with.
My chopping will be loud because it's me. All right, there's my onion.
All right, so we're going to take a tablespoon of butter and melt it in the skillet.
Okay. I got my skillet behind me. Let me turn it on.
All right. And then once the butter is melting, you throw your onion in.
All right, get my butter going. Do we saute anything else or just the onion?
We just do the onion.
Okay.
And we do half of an onion, which I forgot until just now, so I had to take some of the onion out of this.
I did half of an onion, so I did okay. I'm going to go ahead.
I gave the instruction half an onion at the beginning of this, and then I didn't even do half of an onion. I did a whole one.
I'm going to go ahead and chop my celery thinner than it is right now.
I'm going to run this under cold water because my eyes are already starting to run. Yeah, that's a light hack.
Trick? Yeah.
If your onions make your eyes water, run it under cold water while you chop it or cut it up at least.
So you guys comment down below with some of your onion tricks. I've always heard chew a piece of gum or chew on a piece of bread. I feel like certain types of onions definitely affect you more than other types of onions.
Yeah, this is I think it's a white onion, and that gets me. Oh my goodness! Here's my trick for when my eyes inevitably water. it's pretty kind of. I mean, it works for me. I just drench a wet paper towel in cold water and stick it on my face.
Okay.
My eyes.
We go very literal.
I mean, it works.
Okay, we washed our hands after we cut our onion. And I'm going to cut up my broccoli tops. And then I'll cut up my carrots a little bit more. And Aurora, you tell us what else we need to do.
All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our, oh gosh, what is it called? Oh no. Our roux? Is that what it's called?
Roux?
Yeah, roux.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Man, the onion's still bothering my eyes. Man. So for our roux, we use so we put the butter, either melted or not, into our pot.
Into the pot. Okay.
Into the pot. And we add the flour and whisk until it loses the flour consistency. And if you need to, you can add in a little bit of milk.
Okay, how much flour?
Quarter cup.
Quarter cup.
So the same amount of butter. And it's on medium heat. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go.
So quarter cup means what, everybody? A fourth cup, because there's 4 quarters and 100.
Very nice. And it'll make the soup a little thicker. So when you're stirring it, it'll look thicker than water, but it won't be a solid like cookie mix.
Okay.
I might add a little bit of milk just so it doesn't get all clumpy.
All right, I think I have my roux going.
Epic. So once it's done, you're gonna add your chicken stock.
Okay.
And whisk it constantly while you're adding the chicken stock in. Because you don't want it to
chicken stock?
Yeah, just the whole thing.
I think mine's bigger than yours.
2 cups.
2 cups. Okay.
And then we're also going to add in the 2 cups of milk.
Okay.
And
all right.
We're going to have that on medium high heat.
Okay.
Until it starts to simmer.
All right. So what do we do now, Miss Aurora?
So now that you have your milk and your chicken stock in with your roux, you're going to cook it on medium-high heat till the floury taste is gone, so about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And if it's not all completely gone, don't worry, because it will blend into the cheese and the broccoli and all that.
Okay.
And also, I would recommend every so often give the soup a little stir so that way the bottom doesn't burn, because as the roux thickens, it'll want to settle at the bottom.
Do you have any New Year's traditions that you and your family do, Aurora?
We do. So this is a tradition from, I think, my great-grandma Zinanovich, who's the one who came over from Poland. And she always told her daughter and my mom and all of their family to leave out a silver coin on the windowsill on New Year's, not a penny. Like, you'd either have to do like a dime, a nickel, or a quarter. And that was supposed to bring you luck, is to like not go bankrupt and have like good fortune throughout the year.
All right.
But if you used a penny, it was bad luck. And wash your vegetables, kids.
Please wash your vegetables. Miss Aurora makes a very, very good point. We always want to wash our vegetables. Make sure there's no chemical residue or other people's germs, anything like that. We want to make sure we've cleared them off before we try to put them into the food that we eat.
Especially during COVID times. You don't want to get other people's germs in your vegetables.
No. And you want to protect your family. When you're cooking this food, I'll be cooking this for my family, and I want to make sure that they don't get sick, and that's why we wash our hands so much, is making sure we don't cross-contaminate any of those germs. And luckily, everything that we're making today is pretty vegetarian, so we didn't have to use any meat, so we didn't have to take those precautions.
Yeah, it's not vegan, but it definitely, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, everything in this is, well, I mean, because stock is made out of bones. What do bones fall under in that
Well,
category?
I guess that isn't vegetarian. But
Like,
there are vegan, there's vegetable broth that you can use. There are vegan types of milk, like almond milk, coconut milk. There are vegan cheese.
Apparently, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, vegan cheese is pretty good. So if you are, if you have any of those types of dietary restrictions, you can always substitute. This is not a base by base recipe. And
Yeah.
that's like any of my recipes. I always say you can add or take out whatever you feel like. So,
Yeah, and this is also can be turned gluten-free because you can get gluten-free flour. And even our dessert recipe, you can get gluten-free substitutes for it.
absolutely.
And I think you might be able to get vegan substitutes for it, maybe.
I haven't tried, but we can always look it up.
Yeah, we can. We can do our research. That's right. I was just going to say the internet, but you're also a librarian, so that works. I'm just a nerd who likes looking at numbers.
So you were on a sailboat for part of the summer.
I was.
You got to be around the Outer Banks. Can you tell us just a little bit about that while we put our stuff into the pot?
Yeah. So I was a deckhand / first mate on a schooner on Ocracoke, which is in the Outer Banks. And my jobs included a little bit of everything. Sometimes I would be hoisting the sails and bringing them down or trimming the sheets. And sometimes I would be at the helm, which means steering the boat. Sometimes I would be on lookout duty. And then sometimes it would be my job to just make sure the passengers were all right, doing what they needed to do to stay safe and make sure they were having a good time. And like kind of talk to them because Ocracoke is a historic island for many reasons. During like the World Wars, there was a lot of like action that way. And then further back, it was actually the island where Blackbeard fought his last battle. And we sailed around the Sound where he did end up fighting his last fight.
Remember, recipes will be linked below.
Yes.
You can find our PDF, a printable copy, and you can go over to our website and find all of our other library activities. Please go to our website.
So what we're going to do is we're going to add our broccoli, our celery, and our carrots to the soup.
Oh, mine ready to go.
I'm adding a bit more broccoli because my dad likes a lot of broccoli in his soup.
I think I added a lot of broccoli too.
Yeah, the recipe calls for like a cup or a cup and a half. I'm adding like 2 cups.
All right, and then
we stir it. Oh yeah, I forgot to put in the onion. Hang on.
So we add all of our vegetables in.
Including our onions that were simmering in the other thing.
Then we stir it in and we let it simmer for 20 minutes.
Simmer until the vegetables are tender, so that'll probably be another 20 minutes or so.
Okay, awesome.
While we're doing that,
And we put the cheese in last.
yeah, you put the cheese in last, and then you can also add in salt and pepper to taste.
Okay.
So while that, and also I would recommend stirring it every so often like we did before. While we are waiting for that to cook, we can move on to our dessert.
All right, excellent. I'm going to clean up my space and then we'll
Yeah, me too. It's a mess over here.
All right. And we are back and we are ready to make our dessert. Well,
Yes.
you gotta look at the camera over there.
Done.
Say hi. So John's gonna help us make our dessert.
Still wiping up the broccoli tops.
Oh no.
You're good? You don't need an apron? All right.
Because I'm in my
Batman shirt.
it's freaking.
All right. So what do we need to do for our dessert? What are we making?
We are making Oreo truffles, which is one of my favorite desserts to eat around the holidays.
It's got our Oreos.
This is my cousin's recipe. She gave it to me a couple years ago, and it's super simple and super yummy. It only needs 3 ingredients.
All right.
So your first ingredient is a pack of Oreos.
What's this?
Second ingredient is a pack of cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
And the third ingredient is chocolates for melting. And this is super, super easy to make.
Let's see the Oreos. Because I love Oreos.
Okay.
And depending on if you have a blender or a food processor and how well it is, you can make it all in one batch. Or if you have like a smaller blender or food processor, you can do it in batches.
Okay. Are we smashing the Oreos? What do we do first?
Yeah, so I like to smash the Oreos before blending it with the cream cheese.
Okay.
And so I just
Oreos
like
whole. We don't need to take them apart or anything.
yeah, you can just do them whole.
So I think we're gonna try the bag and rolling pin thing. And we're just gonna do.
Yeah, I do this in little batches because we only have our blender that we got from Walmart like 7 years ago.
Well, once we're done, we'll have a nice big. Here, we're gonna smash them. No, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What do we do now?
So now, once your Oreos are all smashed up, if you're doing it in batches, I would recommend doing it one row at a time and cutting your cream cheese into thirds, so there's 3 pieces. Or if you're doing it all in one go, just put the whole packet in and the whole packet of cream cheese. And you're going to put it in the blender or the food processor and just let it go until it's like a smooth, like creamy consistency.
Okay.
You don't crumble up.
Yeah.
You don't crumble up.
So put your cream cheese in with the food processor?
Yeah, you put it in the Oreo stuff and just let it go. Mine's being tricky.
So we're gonna put one third in there and see what comes out. It's just cream cheese.
I want cream cheese. Am I allowed to eat
How super effective my blender is.
Oreos?
So once it's all blended up, you're gonna want to heat up your chocolate.
Do you just heat it up in the microwave?
Yeah, you can heat it up in the microwave. You can do that thing where you like boil water and put a bowl over it. I've never done that, but I've seen that on like Great British Bake Off.
This is not a bake-off. It's a cook-off.
It's a cook-off.
Yeah.
But we're not challenging her. She's telling us how to make these recipes.
I know. Now I'm going to get this taster.
Ooh, this is good.
Yeah.
You're
So
gonna be a
if you
good
are doing it in the microwave, you want to be really careful to do it slowly, not all in one go, or you'll burn it. I totally didn't learn that from experience or anything.
If you put like a drop of oil in there, it helps.
Well, guess
Oh.
what? Guess what? Laura?
What is it, John?
It's not supposed to touch hot stuff.
Nope.
Oh, because then it'll
But
burn
they
it.
can help their parents as long as their parents are watching them.
I'm going to smash this up.
Or guardians or whoever they are in the care of.
Yeah.
Whenever you are melting chocolate in the microwave, do it for a few seconds at a time, like 30 seconds at a time. Take it out, stir it up, put it back in. And always make sure to use a pot holder or something. Heat resistant so you are not burning your hands.
Yeah, that's not what kids do.
No, we don't want to burn our hands.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're ready to add cheese to the soup.
Yep. You're gonna add 2.5 cups of cheese.
Here's my shredded cheese.
That's 2 cups.
Oh, I will come over.
I'm gonna do the other half cup. And you can add as much or little to an extent as you want. Like if you want a little less cheese, you can do that. And if you want a little more cheese, you can do that as well. And also, if you want it to be a little thinner, you could add a little bit more milk if you want, but not a whole lot because then it'll be watery. But you could add like a 1/4 cup or a 1/2 cup if you want it to be a little less thick and have a little more soup.
Okay.
I can milk it.
I'm going to show you guys what mine looks like right now.
Oh yeah, we can do that too.
Well, there it is. Looking pretty good.
I'm so worried I'm going to dump it on the computer.
Thank you. I don't need any more milk.
And then once the cheese is all melted in, you can put it on low heat, and you can add salt and pepper if you want to, or any kind of seasoning. And then your soup is done.
Excellent. If you have a bunch of spices like I do when I make soups, I like to add thyme. That's usually the most practical one to add. Thyme.
That's pretty good.
This method worked pretty well, I have to say, guys. You
Yeah.
don't have a processor. You don't want to use a blender or processor because you got little hands. This is actually like really sort of creamy texture that we've
Yeah, that's
created.
the tip. Because you don't want it to be liquidy because you want to shape it into balls.
Okay.
Yeah, and the chocolate, you do want that to be a liquid because you're going to roll the truffles around them to cover them. Which is our next step when we're done shaping them into balls.
Okay. So how do you recommend shaping them into balls?
So as long as you've washed your hands, I recommend just getting like a little bit, not a whole lot, unless you want to make like a massive truffle, but I like them doing them like bite-sized, 1 or 2 bites. About this much. About this much, and you just kind of roll it like Play-Doh.
Okay.
And then you can do them one at a time, or you can do them all at once, like making a bunch of little balls and then dip them all at the same time.
Oh, watch. Ready. So what's next?
She is melting her chocolate, I think. We got ours are melted.
Yeah. So if the chocolate is still hot, you could wait till it's not fully because you want to roll it in the chocolate. So you don't want to burn your fingers, but you don't want it to be clumpy when you're trying to roll it.
Okay.
My cousin, she'll spice things up with them. She'll sprinkle bits of candy cane or bits of different candies, or do another type of chocolate drizzled over the top.
That's a good idea.
She'll do sprinkles.
Put a little sea salt over it. You got any candy cane? Do we got any candy cane?
Oh, in my bag.
You want to go grab a candy cane? We can sprinkle some candy cane over it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're going to try our soup.
Oh boy.
Ooh, it looks so good, doesn't it, John? Why are you scared because it might be hot? I don't think it will hurt you. Come here. But look, it's got broccoli and carrots.
Broccoli and carrots.
Yeah, you love broccoli and carrots. All right, ready?
Ooh, I'm excited.
Are you going to try some of yours?
Yeah, I already tried a little bit of it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm going to.
Is it good?
Yep. Okay. No, I just put it in now. What you think? It's good. It is very good.
Oh, yay!
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Yay!
Not just one.
Oh. Oh, that's like the equivalent of a chef's kiss on top 5 beatdown. Yay!
Okay.
I'm the first taster.
They're not quite hard, but I will let you taste your itty bitty one.
That little bitty one will probably harden very quickly
Yes.
as opposed to the other ones.
I think I'll try the other super small one. Excellent.
You know what?
Beautiful.
I love those. Sometimes if I'm not
one.
feeling the chocolate, I like to eat the quote-unquote dough by itself.
Not two.
Yeah.
It doesn't have egg in it, so you can just, like, if you don't want the chocolate on it, you can just eat it by itself.
Another
Yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Another 2 thumbs up.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Yay!
Okay. Pause.
2 or less rounds. What?
Okay. What do we say to Miss Aurora?
What?
What do we say to her?
Bye.
No, you say thank you, girl.
Thank
He's
you.
like, get out of here.
For being a part of Miss Molly Plates and for making these 2 very good recipes with us. The links for the recipes will be in the descriptions. They are provided by Miss Aurora and her family. Thank you. We have a lot of fun library activities on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Instagram. You can also come by the library and still pick up some take-home kits and look into our story times and things like that. Welcome to the new year. We are so happy that we will be still going. Now he can lick the spoon.
That's what's most important about all of this.
Miss Aurora, you have anything else to say before we sign off?
I hope you guys enjoyed the recipes and Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Thank you!